They know why they have been created. And if we've been sent down here, and what we have to do, whatever we have to do to get back up there, that's what we're going to do. But it starts here. And it starts in our hearts. Because paradise and hell starts in the heart. So the question we have to ask ourselves, what's in my heart? If you're unhappy in your heart, that's a little hellified. You got to check that out. Because that's not going to stop growing. That's going to continue to grow. Those are weeds growing in the garden. We have to be aware. Aware. Who we are, whose we are, and where we are. All the time. Shaitan knows he's Shaitan 24/7. And when we let him in our house and get friendly with him, oh, I'll just do it this time. He'll look at you and tell you, you knew I was the devil. But you listened, you wanted to get your little cookies off. Your physical desires, you couldn't deny it. You did anything and everything to get it off. Now you blaming the devil, blame ourselves. You never can say the devil made you do it because he don't have the power to make you do nothing. He don't have that kind of power. He's just the gatekeeper. If we want to get in that gate, we got to find a way to get in that gate. And the way to get in that gate is to call Allah, say, Allah, I'm coming. I seek refuge in you from the gatekeeper. Allah says, okay, just fight your ego and come, because there's only one Allah here. It's only one. And our ego is saying me and I. That's why the prophet, when he made that connection to Allah, going beyond the seventh heaven, Allah tested him. He said to Allah, oh Allah, I cannot see you. And Allah said to him, who are you? And he said, you. And at that time, he shifted to his heart. He could see his Lord manifesting. If that was true for him, that's true for us. That's the sunnah of the prophet. We just think, put on the dress and we get the sunnah. That's only a small part. We have to be like him in our manners to Allah Almighty. Then we can come up. And we can change the society. It's too much poverty. It's too much grief. It's too much fear. It's too much lack. It's too much hatred. We have been sent here to put out the fire of decadence, of evil. That's why we're here. We are the lawful army of Allah Almighty, sent here to put out the fire. We are here to put out the fire, so that our people may be purified and reclaim their holy mission. That's why we're here. Congratulations. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salamu ala khairil muslimin Muhammad Nabi wa ahlihi wa sahbihi ajmain wa ba'd. Alhamdulillah, Allah Almighty was saying in Surah Al-Baqarah. And you have to understand that even though this was the time of Musa alayhi salam, when Allah was addressing the Bani Israel people, the Quran is in the present continuous. All the holy books only deal with belief and unbelief. Those who use their hearts as opposed to those who just use their minds. Now, if you use your mind to be a servant of your soul, these are Allah Almighty's caliphs. And he said, O children of Israel, call to mind the special favor which I bestowed upon you, and fulfilled your covenant. So fulfill your covenant with me as I fulfill my covenant with you, and fear none but me. That was during the time of Musa alayhi salam, but before we came to this life, we promised to be always obedient servants to Allah Almighty. We think that, a lot of us think this is our first time here when we were born, our birthday, from the day we was born to the day we died. We think that's when we just got here. No. No. And I know a lot of people are very, very confused, and they say a lot about reincarnation. And if our souls was with Allah Almighty before coming here, we promised to be an obedient servant to Allah Almighty. Many of us a lot of times say, you know what? I did this before. Seems like I know you from somewhere. What was that soul doing? We always come as we are. There's no place that the soul goes that the body does not go. The soul has to go before the body can actually go. And we should think on that. Because we are more than you can ever believe or even understand. And we use very little of our power. Maybe 10% of our brain power, 25% of our body power, and maybe none of our spiritual power. We don't use it. We take vitamins, eat food, we work out, and we're still weak like animals. We will never establish the kingdom of heaven until we use the heavenly powers. Unleash those heavenly powers in ourselves that will establish the heavenly kingdom on earth. That's what we're asking for, and that's why Allah Almighty ask us to be gathered, to take something for our spiritual power. Leave the dunya, leave the little power, the little money, the little material things that you cannot take with you when you leave. Come gather and take something that you can take, live in this life with, and take with you when you leave this life. That's power. That's power. Something that transcends time and space and cause and effect. That's power. We don't have a clue about that. Can't get that at Jews. And that's where we need to go. We need to be around those hearts that harbor that power, so we may drink from the fountain of those hearts that are connected to the hearts of power. That's what wisdom is, and that's what our intelligence will do for us. Take us, our bodies, where we need to be, so we can be who we're supposed to be, here and hereafter. On Allah Tawfiq al-Fatih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin. Come in the salat.